Welcome to TechVault Academy's APlus Core 1 220-1201 Last Minute Review Series. In this video, we're tackling Objective 1.1, monitoring mobile device hardware and using appropriate replacement techniques. Think of this as your quick hitter guide to the essential hardware inside the mobile devices you'll encounter. First up, let's talk about batteries. Imagine your phone or laptop battery is like a trusty water bottle that powers your device. How do you know it needs attention? Common signs include a rapidly draining charge. Your device dies after just an hour, or it won't hold a charge at all. Sometimes you might even see the battery physically swelling, which is a serious issue. Most modern mobile devices use lithium-ion or lithium-ion polymer batteries. The great thing about these is they don't suffer from the old memory effect. This means you can top them off anytime, just like refilling that water bottle partially without worrying about it permanently shrinking. When it comes to replacement, it's crucial to know that batteries are very model specific. Just like you can't use any cap on any bottle, you need the exact battery designed for your specific laptop or smartphone model. Some batteries are modular. They have a simple latch or a few screws, and you can swap them out easily, like clicking on a new lid. Others are integrated, built right into the device. Replacing these is more complex and often requires careful disassembly. Think of it like the bottle being sealed, needing special tools to open. For the exam, remember to always source the correct model and be aware if it's a simple swap or a more involved internal replacement. Next, keyboards and keys. A laptop keyboard is like a miniature, complex puzzle. If a piece, like a single key, is stuck, unresponsive, or missing, that's your monitoring cue. Sometimes the whole keyboard might fail. A quick troubleshooting step is to plug in an external USB keyboard. If the external one works, the problem is likely with the laptop's internal keyboard. Laptop keyboards connect via a delicate ribbon cable. Replacement often involves removing a bezel or a few screws. Then the keyboard unit pops out. Be gentle with that ribbon connector. Individual keycaps can sometimes be replaced, but they are very fragile, unlike their robust desktop counterparts. Now for random access memory, or RAM. In laptops, this comes in a smaller form factor called a small outline dual inline memory module, or SODIMM. Think of SODIMMs as smaller specialized memory sticks for a laptop's short-term thinking space. If your laptop is sluggish, especially when running multiple applications or you're getting memory errors, it might be a RAM issue. Many laptops have an access panel on the back, making it easy to add or replace SODIMMs. It's like plugging in an extra brain cell. The modules lock into place with clips. However, be aware that in some ultra-slim laptops, the memory might be soldered directly to the motherboard. In such cases, you can't upgrade or replace just the RAM. The entire system board would need changing. Let's move to storage, which includes hard disk drives, HDDs, and solid-state drives, SSDs. Think of storage as the laptop's library. Older laptops often use 2.5-inch spinning HDDs. If you hear clicking or grinding sounds, or the system is extremely slow to boot or open files, the HDD might be failing. Modern laptops primarily use SSDs, which are like super-fast digital shelves with no moving parts. SSDs can also come in the 2.5-inch form factor, making them a great upgrade for older HDDs. Newer, even smaller SSDs use the M.2 interface. An M.2 SSD is like a sleek, compact flash drive that plugs right into a slot on the motherboard, secured by a single screw, handling both power and data through one connection. Replacing a 2.5-inch drive usually involves removing a couple of screws and sliding it out. When upgrading, especially from an HDD to an SSD, use imaging or cloning software to copy all your data. This creates an exact duplicate, like photocopying your entire library onto the new shelves. Now for wireless cards. These handle your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections. The wireless card is like the laptop's ears for internet and peripheral signals. If you're experiencing frequent Wi-Fi drops, slow speeds despite a good router, or Bluetooth devices won't connect, the wireless card could be the culprit. In older laptops, these might be separate mini PCI or mini PCI Express cards found under an access panel. Newer laptops often integrate these functions directly onto the motherboard. If it's a modular card, it installs similarly to RAM. Crucially, these cards connect to Wi-Fi antennas, which are usually thin wires running around the inside of the display frame. Think of these antennas like a hidden wire frame essential for hearing clearly. They connect to small labeled ports on the card, often main and auxiliary. Proper connection and placement are vital for good signal strength. Let's touch on physical privacy and security components. First, biometrics. This includes fingerprint readers and cameras capable of face recognition, like with Windows Hello. If you can't log in using your fingerprint or face, ensure the drivers are okay and the hardware, the reader or camera, is clean and undamaged. These offer a secure way to lock down your device. Second, near-field scanner features, or NFC. NFC is a very short-range communication, think 4 centimeters or less. While common for payments on laptops, it can be used for wireless authentication, perhaps tapping an access card to log in. If this feature isn't working, check drivers and ensure NFC is enabled in settings. Speaking of cameras, most laptops have a built-in camera or webcam, usually at the top of the screen, and built-in microphones, often tiny holes near the camera. If your video is black or your audio isn't picked up in calls, first check software settings and drivers. Physical damage or a disconnected internal cable could also be issues. Replacement usually involves disassembling the screen bezel, which can be delicate. A quick note on general best practices when working inside any mobile device. Always protect against electrostatic discharge, or ESD. Think of it as tiny lightning bolts that can fry sensitive parts. Use an anti-static wrist strap. Also use the right tools and, if available, consult the manufacturer's disassembly guides. And that's a rapid review of mobile device hardware monitoring and replacement for APlus Obj1.1. Key takeaways: understand component types, how to spot issues, and the core differences in replacement approaches, especially modular versus integrated designs. Join us in the next video as we continue our APlus Core 1 journey. Thanks for watching TechVault Academy.